Hopefully they'll invent a product before you shrivel and die. Think like a cactus. So you can have this product for 4 easy payments of $19.95. I would like to have a product that was available for 3 easy payments and 1 fucking complicated payment. We can tell you which payment it is, but one of these payments is going to be a bitch. The mailman will get shot to death, the envelope will not seal, and the stamp will be in the wrong denomination. Good luck, fucker.
Okay, and welcome to the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mitch Hepburn.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mitch Hepburn. My name is Taves.
Casey Khoury.
This is going to be just kind of an informal, if I can find my seat. This is going to be an informal conversation between friends. We've done a couple of structured now, as is typically our custom. We'll do 2 structured, 1 unstructured. And I thought it might be kind of interesting to kind of delve into our beliefs in certain things based on the last podcast that we were doing where it was quasi-serious, quasi-not serious. And so I thought I figured we could start off blue and then turn to family-oriented stuff. So let's start with sex. Not with each other, but let's start with sex. In terms of sex, what... I'm almost sorry, is it that? In terms of sex, what's your feeling on sex before marriage?
Sex before marriage?
Yeah. Assuming it's with consenting adults.
Oh, if it's with consenting adults, yeah, I mean, that's fine. I mean, I don't believe in sex just for the sake of sex. So I believe that, whenever sex does occur, that it should be once the romance is developed.
Okay, but let's say that people...
Well, I mean, sex for the sake of sex, but then, people... a lot of times, okay, some people may, for whatever reason,
yes,
the relationship has, gone from friendship to romantic or whatever, and, for some people, sex may become too early, and then it becomes what the relationship is based on. Well, you already laid the ground, friendship is what should be based on, because that's the most basic relationship. So you're going to fuck that over if you bring in sex too early.
Okay, but let me ask you this then, because there's a couple of offshoots from that. One offshoot, I'll ask you this one first, is if, because I had this conversation the other day, if 2 friends had sex, would that spoil the friendship?
It could, yes.
Okay, but let's say that it was consensual and it was just for the sake of having sex. Is that a good thing or a bad thing in your viewpoint?
It's,
or is it just is?
I mean, it may seem, it's just, sex for the sake of having sex or nothing, no harm, no foul. But sex does something to you psychologically, so...
And physically.
And physically.
Especially physically.
So, how, what's the interaction going to be like, after the partake?
Yep. Good point. Casey's laughing because I just popped my alcoholic. So, that's question is the other way that it could go. So if it's not two friends, let's say that it's two strangers meet.
Well, you drive to New Hampshire, have sex, and then come back to Vermont.
Well, I was going to name states, but if you want to...
So you drive to New Hampshire, have sex with some girl, and then I'm going to say you're going to come back to Vermont.
Well, I was going to make it much more simple. I would just say if you were out at a bar somewhere, regardless of where you are, and you started clicking with this girl, and she said, hey, let's go back to my place and screw for an hour, are you going to turn that down?
Well, now you're talking about drunken sex.
Yeah. And... Go ahead, I don't know where this goes.
So now alcohol's doing the talking.
Well, let's say that you're not drunk, and she is.
Yeah, it's not a good idea to take advantage of someone who's drunk.
Okay, but let's say that she's consensual.
Well, when did that consent happen?
When she was drunk, obviously.
Well, there are some psychologists that would say she'd have to consent before she had, a certain amount to drink.
Okay, so, but let's say that you didn't, or she didn't feel the want for sex before a certain amount to drink.
Yeah. Oh, so one of those girls that all of a sudden gets horny off of alcohol.
Yeah, let's say it's one of those. Not that I possibly know anybody like that. And if you believe that, I've got a perch I'd like to sell you. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, I just can't, I just don't think I would get involved in sex for the sake of having sex. And I know, the other, certain people, Brenda Fitzgerald.
Yeah, let's name drop right now. That's a good idea. Go ahead.
Arrange it, or it said to certain people, other students that somebody should give me a hooker or something like that.
I was around for one of those. As a matter of fact, I think I offered to chip in $10 at one point. But then again, you were quite angry at the time. For some unexplicable reason, and you turned into a happy-go-lucky gent and I rejected the offers. or reversed it. Anyway, that's what you said, perhaps. Or did.
Now we're getting to the sex industry.
Yeah, right? Okay, that's a really good place to go, and you're welcome to turn the tables on me if you'd like. The sex industry, what you're feeling on women who become prostitutes, if they have any other options available to them.
Well, if they have other options available, I would say that's not the right road to go down.
Okay, now let's say if you wind up in a situation where there is no other options, except that, or becoming a porn star, or just fucking pay your rent.
That's easy. Of course, here in the U.S., where prostitution is illegal, that's not going to be so easy. In Amsterdam, where they're all checked out regularly because it is legal.
Well, no, now they have to be checked out regularly in the U.S.
Even though it's still not illegal.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, with the exception of, I think, Nevada, or certain parts of Nevada, it's illegal. But they still need to be checked out. And porn film stars always have to be checked out on a regular basis.
Right. Yeah, but then again, come on, would you really do that? Would you really put yourself through that? And then, you're somebody in your family, But not someone in your family, maybe a friend. I don't know. Somebody happens to see that. Or someone, or it's mentioned about.
Right. Right. So basically,
not that your aunt or uncle's gonna, all of a sudden put the film in it.
Well, you would hope not. Yeah, hi, Aunt Jane. What happened here? Dear Lord. They anything to do with it.
A friend of yours,
Yeah. Yeah, well, no, I know a friend of mine that would like to become an adult film star and has asked me on a couple of occasions to film her going at it.
How would your family feel about that?
No, well, yes, one of the times. The other time I was just like, as much as I love you, I don't love you enough to see you like that. Not with another guy, no. And she's like, well, what happens if it's you? I was like, you're married.
Well, yeah, then there's that too.
Yeah. Okay, there's another one. Adultery. What's your standpoint?
No.
Okay, we'll try to turn the tables on me for any of the questions I've asked you so far.
Yeah, what if... Well, I already know how you feel about the swingers, but
yeah, no, how do I feel about the swingers? And I don't mean the singers.
But let's say somebody said, hey, Nate, this is a great place, you ought to try it out. It's a brothel, okay?
It's a brothel?
Yeah, they said, I've been there many times, come with me. They've got great, you can select whatever type of girl you want, Asian, black, anything you can imagine, white pussy, thin pussy.
I would probably just wind up talking to them and trying to get a podcast out of it.
Hairy, clean shaven, whatever.
I'd probably just turn it into a podcast of some kind if I possibly could. I'd be like, explain yourself. And hand them the microphone.
Okay, how about innocent stuff such as,
Well, let me finish answering that question first. In terms of brothels, I just don't have an interest. That's the honest truth. It's not that I don't like women, so don't go that way with it. If you're listening to this, and if you're listening to it, don't assume that I'm prude, because I know that people enjoy going to brothels and whatnot, and that's fine by me. It's not something that I can conceive of in my own head.
Okay.
Go ahead, next question.
So the next question has to do with, in a lot of ways, it's mental sex, because there is, restrictions. I mean, sure, of course, but anyhow.
I think I asked you about mental sex, but okay.
Well, there are, when I say restrictions, it doesn't, really lead to, actual intercourse or anything like that. But, things get sexual in the sense of, tits being flown in the face, and lap dances and that kind of stuff. So, that's where I was going with that. So,
So, a bar kind of situation, a pity bar or something like that?
So let's say, I'm just nowhere, not here in Burlington, but, an hour and a half north, there's that place, the whole street of it, actually, there's, strip clubs.
So you asked me about wanting to go to a strip club?
What's that?
So you asked me about if I would want to go to a strip club?
Yeah, someone mentioned one that said check it out, or said, hey, come, there's this strip club that I've been to, come with me.
Oddly enough, people have asked me before, and I just don't have an interest. And somebody said to me, oh, come on, you can get a lap dance, and blah, 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 or watch you go in the booth for an hour, or, whatever. I just didn't have an interest. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't see why. Like, it's pointless to me. It's the same kind of pointless as to why does somebody go into a bank and hold them up for fun?
Yeah.
That just doesn't make sense to me. If you're desperate and you need money, that's one thing. If but how badly do you need sex that you're going to go and watch somebody strip on a pole or in a room with a glass or plastic partition? Or get a lap dance from them for whatever the reason.
Okay, so let's say somebody that, you're involved with and have sex with, and, this person, likes to, have sex in different places,
Are we talking different positions, or are we talking about actual locations?
Locations, sit up, attention, whatever, You're on an airplane, they say, just join the Mile High Club, that?
Well, I don't know it personally, but yes, I've heard of the Mile High Club. Continue.
Now, what I'm saying is, if someone wanted to, if you were with someone, involved with someone that you had sex with, and they wanted to mix things up and, maybe even if there was a risk of, being caught, would you? Public sex and things like that.
You're going into some strange territory. I wasn't going to ask you any of this. You do realize that after this I had to turn the tables on you, right? Public sex. I am not of the idea that public sex is okay, just purely because at some point you're going to get caught regardless of how careful you are. And at some point I just don't think that people need to see that. It's the old Groucho Marx theory of if I'm not doing it, then why am I watching this? But it's a paraphrase. But in terms of nice dump closer, that's just took a dump. Pretty much was it? Yeah, bombs away. So in terms of would I, be open to suggestion as to trying different locations? I think it depends on the location, honestly, and, how hurt can I get in the situation physically? Well, I mean, at the Mile High Club, if you try that in too small of a bathroom, you're going to wind up with a cramped leg. And maybe a cramp something else, but it depends. But I would think that I'll leave it open to the idea, but I'd say that it depends on a lot of factors, not the least of which is how hurt can I get in this physically and how much danger is there in me being embarrassed.
So as long as it's not the confessional.
Oh, hell no. No, I mean, I draw lines in certain places, and that's one of them. If somebody says to me, "Give me the confessional," I'm running the other way. That's one place I don't need to be doing it. Thank you very much. Which reminds me, Britney Spears is going to hell for that photo shoot. Continue.
So you think that,
what about the reference there is Blackout, the album. Okay, continue.
So what about, okay, so, people have urges or whatever, I don't know, needs.
Okay.
Okay, so.
With all urges or needs, yes. I know I'm gonna regret this now, but what is?
Okay, so.
I should have done those. I regret it after the last one. That's what she said.
The next, one would be, it's.
Wesley, did you catch that? Just say I know I would have regretted it after the last one. That's what she said. Sorry, I can't resist. Continue.
So the next one, obviously, it's, I'm not saying it's hypothetical, but I'm not saying, okay, if you're thinking this, you probably have a really dirty mind.
Who said I didn't?
But let's just say, okay, for instance.
Yes. For instance, I dare you, go ahead.
Okay, so you're on an airplane, right?
Okay.
You're coming out of the bathroom in the front. You see when the flight attendants head into the cockpit.
You said cock.
You notice that she doesn't come out of there for a while.
Yes.
So, I don't know, maybe she's blowing the pilot, I don't know.
Blowing the pilot? Isn't that why they have autopilot? Continue. Before I go up to my jokes here. Continue.
But would that be okay in your mind?
As long as I don't know it, that's fine with me. As long as I don't see it fellowshiating the pilot or his control stick, so that's fine by me. I guess it's one of those to each their own mentality. That's what I can describe it as to each their own. It doesn't make any more or less sense to me than, let's say, somebody who is, how do I put this delicately? Somebody who is, I guess somebody who's doing sex for the sake of having sex because it feels good. Doesn't make any more difference to me if that's the rationale than somebody who is going, I love you, so that's why I'm doing it.
What if there's not two people involved? What if it's,
What if it's Pee Wee Herman? Is that what you're asking?
No. What if it's, okay, let's remove it from the plane because this is probably be a little bit dangerous to put this in.
So think?
Let's say you're on a train.
Oh, a train's much better, Casey.
The Amtrak engineer is driving with one hand and jerking off with the other.
Where are you pulling this stuff from? That's what she said. As long as the train stays on the rails and is on time, I don't care. How's that for an answer?
That's right. That's good.
No, as long as one isn't a sanitation issue, two, it isn't affecting my travel, and three, I don't need to see it, then I'm perfectly fine with it.
Is there, any, because you said that the location depended on certain factors.
Yes.
So let's say, one of those, so that's
why are you trying to narrow this down? I was trying to be ambiguous.
No, I'm just saying, so let's say...
That's what I'm afraid of.
So let's put a little bit, of a,
This sounds like a Michael Shortbus show all of a sudden.
I'm just trying to raise the stakes a little.
That would be a Michael Short thing to do. Just raise the stakes a little. Especially where I'm concerned. Okay, what is it? I don't promise to answer, but what is it?
So what if she says, hey, it really, would really, she says, hey, let's go up on the roof.
On the roof? Are you nuts?
It's in a place with a flat roof, that's okay. So
a flat roof.
Slant.
Is there a side to it that is elevated?
No.
No, it's just a flat roof?
Yeah.
The hell with it, no. I need to know that there's going to be something there to make sure that we don't go flying off the edge.
Okay, what if there is a railing and it's pretty high up?
Pretty high up? No, I'm afraid of heights. As I said, I'm open to suggestion, but not that kind of a suggestion. I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid of public places. I am particularly afraid of big crowds. And I am not particularly fond of the idea of somebody being able to see me even with a telescope. I mean, let's face it, I'm likely. I went to a plastic surgeon half a day at a tail. And that's how ugly he was. No. But I mean, seriously, I really am afraid of heights, and I really am afraid of, being like that, doing that. Mostly for insecurity reasons. I don't think that it would be because somebody I would deem that I want to have sex with to be ugly or something like that. Because I'm not that desperate. But also, it's just insecurities, to be perfectly honest. Now, I'm not trying to diapers on you, since you've been asking me some questions. Let's go with you. What do you feel about the Mile High Club?
That's great.
One of us had to pick the straight man in that situation,
Just to press the eject button.
There she blows! Which reminds me, I thought in the days of Moby Dick, which would allow a girl to go out on a boat. How's that for a question? Now you're done with the white whale, now it's the sperm whale. Good, that's a serious question.
Yeah?
Yes, you would?
No.
Yeah, you've been trapped.
Oh, God. They look under the microscope in there.
What are you trying to prove? Elephants mean a lot? That's what she said.
She's an intern.
Oh!
And the doctor teaching the classes. Wait, man, this is interesting. Oh, wait.
Watch these early development slides.
Yeah, actually, and then the teacher says, hey, come over here and see this. That's here. Okay, yeah.
It's the white whale.
Who may be going, huh? What? That's a bit in the film that I saw last night called White Coats.
Oh, you saw the white coats, did you? What were they wearing? White coats? Yeah, obviously they were doctors.
It's a very funny film.
I saw a funny film called White Men Can't Jump. I don't know why it was funny, but according to other people, it was funny. Anyway, so just a couple of quick more on the blues section, then we'll move into family stuff. In terms of you being open to propositions in public places or places where you might be caught, what do you have to say?
he'll be gone.
Kind of similar to mine. And how about
that's why they said they can't sleep outside the White House anymore. It wasn't because they don't understand that this activist movement means being there 24/7, you know, and telling them to protest during the day and be in their apartments at night. They just didn't want having sex in front of the White House.
yeah, but in it's okay. It's called the Oval Office for a reason. The Ovarian Office, as the case may be.
Yeah, when the president's out of town, all they were.
No. Oh, good lord. Something wrong with this picture.
Hey, hello. Oh, Brock's coming out town, alright. I'll be there in a few.
Well, the president's gonna be out of town. I'll be there in a few. Mr. Chairman! No. Hey, here's a question for you. If the
person in politics.
Come
on, it's crazy, you know. I mean, seriously, you know. Whoever is married to Newt Gingrich has to be sedated.
Ooh, ouch. And how about Gingrich? Don't you think you should be sedated from the beginning?
They're coming to take him away.
Sleep.
They're coming to take him away to the funny farm.
Oh, it's always possible. But you could say that about some Democrats, like the one that's in the White House. But, let's see, where are we going?
Top of Mount Everest.
No. Don't ever catch me there.
Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu.
Nice to meet you too.
Machu Picchu.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. You one more time?
Following the Inca Trail.
That's too spotty for me. The Inca spot trail.
The Inca Trail to Machu Picchu. Pretty high altitude, but you know, as long as you chew on some coca leaves to combat the altitude.
I'll do no such thing. Because I won't ever be there. I'm afraid of heights. Did I ever tell you what happened at, it's just very quickly, did I ever tell you what happened at the, All Sables Chasm? All Sables Chasm?
No.
I got a vertigo like you wouldn't believe. I couldn't really walk anywhere, and I hated it the entire time. Meanwhile, the two guys I was with, this is great, come over here and look over the edge. Oh, fuck, I'm going near the edge.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you know, it's yeah. No, I mean, you know, I'm fine with with high places. You know, I mean, for me, it's not fear of heights. You know, it's there needs to be something that ensures that I'm not going to fall.
Well, that's just it, though. Some of these places, all there was between you and a fall was a rope. And it's like, yeah, the fuck, I'm going there.
You know, so, I mean, the Ethan Allen Tower, I can be up there and be fine because, you know, I'm not afraid I'm going to fall. You know, so it's not a heights thing with me. The Eiffel Tower, same thing, you know. It's not a heights thing with me.
Okay, well, it's a height thing with me, so you'll never catch with it.
You know, I can be as high as I want as long as I don't have a fear of falling. I'm all right.
Yeah, see, I'll pass on that because I've got a fear of heights and I got a fear of falling, so two things don't go well together.
And the Eiffel Tower.
No, I'll take a look at it from ground level and take a picture of it. Thank you very much. Anyway, speaking of Eiffel Towers and family, aren't you sorry you started this?
That sounded like tell a piece of cake wrong.
There's a Rob Schneider joke sitting there, but I'll skip it. Now, what was I going to ask you? Okay, family values, adultery. Yes or no? Good or bad?
Family values what?
Family values, adultery, good or bad?
Bad.
Okay. Cheating on somebody who's sick.
Bad.
Okay. Having a kid out of wedlock.
Bad.
Okay. Having a kid with another woman while you're married.
Absolutely bad.
Okay. Now we've covered this in politics. How about family values? What are your family values?
What are my family values?
Yeah, like, do you think that adults should respect their kids as much as they should want to be respected?
Respect is earned.
Okay, how so? Explain.
Well, I mean, granted there are, there are many parents who do deserve respect, but respect isn't something that should just be expected. It's something that's earned based on how they interact with their children. There's a whole George Carlin thing on that.
So it's basically treat others the way that you would want to be treated.
Yeah.
Okay, agreed.
And then
okay.
Person stuff. Yeah, that's a whole other rant you have.
Okay, how about pushing your kids to be the best at everything all the time? Do you think that's excessive, or do you think that that's okay?
That's excessive. And apparently there's an entire sovereign state that says, yeah, let's also have them all, live, and we'll take them away from the parents, and they can only see their parents every 2 years, and they, and the rest of the time they'll be off here, and they'll either be, split time between their academic studies and whatever sport it is. Oh wait, yeah, that's China. Anyhow.
Oh, nice.
That's how,
Yeah, okay, so let's see here. How about another one?
It could be with anything besides the sport. It could be like, you have to, force them to, become a concert pianist or whatever.
Okay. How about, we talked a little bit about this in the Valentine's Day podcast that we pre-recorded, spoilers. And this probably won't be until afterwards, so no surprise. But we did pre-record, but Valentine's Day, we talked about this, and we said that there's a question on the table about how about people that plan out their kids' futures beyond a reasonable extent. Like, what do you have to say about that?
Plan out their children's future.
Yeah, like, you're gonna marry so-and-so, this is when you're gonna do it, this is how you're gonna do it, you're not gonna have sex until after you're married, A, B, C, D.
So, everything they plan out.
Yeah.
The entire future. So, who you're gonna marry, you can't have children until this point.
Yeah, you can't have sex until after you're married, that whole thing.
After you're married, that's how many children you have.
Yeah, that whole thing.
Yeah, so literally everything,
Yeah, literally.
You're gonna,
Yeah, literally everything.
okay, so literally everything, so even academically, they'll have them on that, push,
Yeah.
Just, they have to.
Be the best so you can be.
The best. They have to get straight A's. They, gotta, do pretty lot at Yale and then go off to Harvard Law School or whatever.
Right, or if you can't go off to Harvard Law, you can go wherever you want, but you have to be the best at what you're doing, and you have to be tops at everything.
Okay, that's way too much pressure. Just living up to, even if it's not that much, even if they say you can go to, college wherever you want, just to have some element of pressure in there, where you feel like you have to get good grades, where you have to live up to these expectations. I felt like I had to live up to expectations growing up from my dad.
Not fun, is it?
No.
Okay. How about the expectations that are like, we expect you to be nothing but happy? Do you think those are realistic expectations? Or okay to inflict upon your kids, where if you display anything but happiness, you ramrod them down the throat with how messed up they are and how they're to blame for your actions and stuff like that?
They should be accountable for their own mistakes and stuff, but, my mom, always said to me, whatever you do in life, as long as you're happy, that's,
Right, but basically the kids should not be accountable for their parents' actions.
The parents should be accountable for their own actions. Everyone should be accountable for their own actions. Yeah, and, if you're mentally competent to do that.
Okay, well, let's assume that most people are. Let's see, is there anything within the realm of what I've asked you so far in this regard that you would like to throw at me?
Let's see, what did we cover?
Family values.
Oh, yeah, family values, that's right. So what are your family values?
Demented. Thinking about my family. Please, what about family? I'm sure you'll get a headache. No, a lot of the stuff that I was just asking about, I've run into in various places, be it in my own personal life or through people that I've seen act a certain way and stuff, so that's a lot of what I'm asking questions based on, not necessarily, I'm not just pulling shit out of thin air being like about such and such.
How moral are you really?
Right. So any of that stuff you want to whip at me? So what I come up with for answers?
Whip it. Whip it good.
Thank you, Austin Powers.
Austin Powers? It's doing Devo, but anyhow.
Yeah, you're also doing Dr. Evil. But anyway, continue. This kid's got more than alright, you'll eat it. You don't have to scramble it.
Okay, anyhow.
That's our footballers will get you, huh?
Yeah, so you said stuff about pressure and all those things.
Yes.
Yeah, so, parents, say that, they're just merely...
Yes, keep going.
Okay, so, so how about that? So, let's say, for instance, okay, here's a good one.
Okay.
So, this is hypothetical, of course, but
Okay. Or so we say right now.
okay, so, you know, and let's see, this is usually something that mothers do. Okay.
So why are you asking a guy?
I mean, fathers may do it too, but usually it's a bit, you know, not like both parents. Like, you know, it's like, you know, either.
It's a unisex thing, but usually attributed to mothers. Okay, got it.
Either, you know, one person's mother, another person's mother, one person's father, another person's father, but usually the couples don't discuss amongst themselves in both instances.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say that your mother, there's, you know, somebody that, you know, another mother that she knows, okay?
Okay.
And so they get into talking, right?
Yeah.
You know, she talks about you, the other mother talks about her daughter.
Or her son, yeah.
And, well, in this case, you'll want it to be daughter.
I don't doubt it, but I figured I'd just try to leave it ambiguous, but go ahead.
Anyhow, so the discussion happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then things click, and, you know, they say, wait, you know, there's, you know, they have similar interests and whatnot. So, you know, they both, you know, want to, so they say,
So they want to arrange something is where we're going with this?
yes, but, you know, and they're like, oh, it's not much, it's just a date.
Yeah, just a date. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Not like anything could possibly go wrong. And might like it would. But continue, what's the question?
So, what do you think about that?
Well, could you be more specific? What kind of a date are we talking about? What's the setup here? Because all I know is that it's a date of some kind being arranged by a mother and a mother for me to go on.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it depends on the date. I think it depends on who the girl is, what I've heard about her, stuff like that. And if they set up something that I'm not inclined to do, I beg out of it as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Or just failure to show, one of those two. Fair to say?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Don't get any ideas.
Yeah, I mean, you know, because those type of situations do happen for whatever, you know, however it happens, you know, the two mothers, like I said, that, you know, times, it varies, you know, depending on whether it's, you know, stemming from the mother or the father, because in the, you know, mother's case, you know, it's going to be, you know, wherever they interact, you know, but you know, a lot of times in the father's case, you know, it turns out to be, you know, stuff like the client's daughter, you know, things like that. A little bit more to it. I think not a little bit, but you know.
Okay. I got it. Any other questions you'd like to work my way? And you can work within the realm of questions I've already asked you too. It doesn't really matter.
let's see here.
Hell, you can even ask me the same questions I asked you.
Okay, well, no. Let's see.
Or if you have anything more outrageous you want to ask me. Again, I don't promise to answer it, though.
Okay, so...
Yes?
Okay. So you've you've been seeing a girl for a while, and
Where have I been? I never got information about this.
and now all of a sudden, you know.
Oh, I can see.
You've been seeing a girl for a while, and first things, were pretty, things are going pretty well and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But now all of a sudden, she feels, more comfortable with, making certain requests, like type of shirts you wear, things like that. Maybe she may say, I don't know, maybe she, doesn't want you to wear jeans, whatever it may be.
I should have a problem during my current outfit selection.
Or just the type of shirt, maybe she wants to wear more like polo shirts, whatever it is. More button-down shirts, I don't know, whatever it is. What do you think about that?
Forget about it. I'm gonna pull a Donnie Brasco and say forget about it. I say that purely in the case of I don't mind somebody saying, oh, I want you to wear a button-down shirt to dinner with mom and dad this weekend, but I, refuse to be told what I'm going to wear on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And for how long and with whom and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so let me put it this way.
Okay.
Like you mentioned, like a dinner with mom and dad. What type of information would you want her to tell you ahead of time? Like, certain like guidelines for, maybe, like type of things like don't, certain type of jokes, whatever it may be.
Yeah, well, don't tell dick and fart jokes in front of dad. He doesn't like that stuff. Mom's an atheist, something. And so I got a flavor for what the parents are like. So I know what jokes to do, what topics to stay away from. Yeah, it's just if it becomes something where there's, let's say, more than 20 guidelines, then there's going to be problems. I can handle up to about 20 guidelines. If there's more than 20, I'm going to start looking at you like you got 3 heads.
Okay. So that's, okay.
And 20 is an arbitrary number. I mean, actually 10. But
okay, so the next one is, how would you, how would you comport yourself? Would you be nervous? This is another situation. How would you deal with yourself in this situation? Okay, so now you've arrived at the girl's house, right?
Okay.
And
is this for a date with the girl?
You're gonna have dinner with the family.
Okay.
But dinner's not gonna be served for a little bit. So her father, said, wants to talk to you.
I'm gonna look like Woody Allen. I can tell you that right now.
Some questions, fill you out a little bit,
If he's filling me out, we've got issues.
He wants to talk to you, so you come in and he says, hey Nate, I'd just like to talk to you for a little bit, and puts you on the spot, asking you questions and stuff.
Oh, I'm used to being put on the spot.
Would you be nervous?
Well, how are you not nervous on a date? Let me ask you that. No, I mean, it's one thing to field questions that are like, without malice, but if I sense that there's not malice to it, or they're testy questions, then I'm going to feel uncomfortable and probably be doing my best for the Allen impression. I don't think that I would really feel comfortable to begin with if it's a date, and I don't really know the girl, because it would be like, what am I doing? Am I making a mistake? That kind of a thing. But then it would be 10 times worse if I knew that it was a thing predicated on the parents being able to ask me questions without me being able to ask them questions. Because I think it's one of those, if you give and take information, let's say I give a little information, then I need to be able to get information from them, kind of thing. But I don't want to sit through a grilling session. Does that make any sense? Yes. It's not like I'm going to say, so, when did you try to have sex for the first time? Or something like that. I'm not going to be that vain. That's what somebody said to me, so what are what are your ambitions in life? Well, I'd like to be a screenwriter, I'd like to be an actor of some kind, mostly I'd like to be on stage and, try to get laughs from the audience, telling ridiculous stories about the first time I went on a date with a girl and her parents asked me any questions about what my future is going to be, and I stumbled over my words, things like that. Well, how often does this happen to you? Oh, this is the first time. Things like that. That would be ideally the way that would happen, as opposed to, and then, being able to say to them, so what are your plans for, whatever, as, Super Bowl, whatever the case may be, as opposed to, being grilled where it's like, so this, any topic, religion, sex, death, whatever, on down the line. So, speaking of which, let's go on to the next line of questioning here, and then we'll do one more, back at you thing, and wrap it up. The next couple of questions I'd like to ask you are very simple. What's your standpoint on freedom of religion? Do you think the people should have the freedom to practice religion in any way that they want to?
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you this. President Obama just signed into effect something that says that even the private hospitals, like Catholic hospitals and stuff, have to perform abortions regardless of their religious standpoint. What do you think of that? Do you think that that's impugning on people's freedom of religion?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's no right or wrong answers to those. You think about it, there's no right or wrong answer. Don't worry.
There's no right or wrong answer, but, when you start getting, Looney Tune people, saying, stuff on NPR, saying stuff like, well, if Mitt Romney gets in it, it's because God wants him to get in there. So now what are you saying? You want the Mormon Church to run the country?
I believe in separation of church and state myself, but the fact that, Obama just crossed that line, I think is kind of interesting that we've got a president that doesn't clearly believe in the separation of church and state, despite what he claims. Because he says he believes in separation of church and state, but yet he just crossed that line. And nobody's dared to call him on it yet. I thought that's kind of interesting. So anyway, no, I shouldn't say that. Somebody on Fox News, I'm sure, has called him on it. I just haven't seen the clip. But in terms, it's true.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. In terms of, if somebody were to say to you, okay, in your life up to this point, you just, died for some inexplicable reason. Up to this point, you have done podcasts with your life, you've done radio, you've done television, defunct, but you did television. You were a perpetual college student for a while. You successfully graduated from that. You did cooking for a while. You did various things in your life. What would you most like to be remembered for, or how would you like to be remembered?
Just being me.
Okay, but what does that break down to? Because, anybody that knows you is going to go, yeah, it's KC, but for people who don't know you, how would you put that into words? How would you like to be remembered?
So they can't just say that.
Well, no, this is a little bit of a head scratcher. Let's say that you had to say, okay, I want to be remembered as a fill in the blank. Good family man, storyteller, both, comedian, actor. How would you like to be remembered?
Versatile.
As versatile, okay. Okay, you like to be remembered as a versatile man. Okay. Who, what, loved his friends and family?
Yeah.
Okay. Good answer. Good answer. Are there any of these questions that you would like to whip at me before I answer that last one?
No.
Okay. Well, the way that I think if I were to die tomorrow and I would like to be remembered is somebody who took it, or gave it as well as who took it, somebody who cared about his friends and family, and one of the best storytellers the world never knew. That's if I were to die tomorrow. And I wouldn't be okay with it, for the record. Sex and death, two things that come once in my lifetime. According to Woody Allen, not that I can argue. So with that, this has been kind of a intimate and somewhat intellectual discussion with Taves. Thank you for listening, and hopefully this hasn't been too boring for you.
So you gotta